We're back with episode 2. The first case for our feathered friends. Alright, settle down everyone. Settle down. Is everyone here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington, present. The Did the music go the fuck back up? Alright. Jesus. Oh, darn it, that's not right. Oh gosh, where are my notes? I missed the previous line because I guess using the menu counts as a click? It does. That's fantastic. Anyways. Ha, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? No. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, he might actually have his trial in the bag. That's good to know, but say, Sparson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, who scored the lowest? Choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are... Assessiors? The associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let's begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline Demio. Persecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation. Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Voltron, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I have sworn without hatred and without fear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Volity. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you were leading investigator on the case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorgiel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline Dimier. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Greenway with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? No one told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. So, I forgot I'm supposed to be reading all these lines. Press for details. Avoid pressing pointless stuff. They don't like you when you ask pointless stuff. Let's see. They were later brought to scene by housemates. Seems right. Baron Burger had seen the crime. The Dame Colors. Blood on her paws. That's the most incriminating thing. Inspector, you say Dame Catalin had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Ah, what a question. It was Monsieur Greenwe's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Catalin's paws could only belong to one person, Monsieur Greenway. Judge! Falcon is trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reasons to suspect the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Greenway? I do, Your Honor. It's quite fucking obvious, actually. I have more than a suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Catalin's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Catalin's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? Yeah, they had bloody rare steak at the banquet. On the evening of the murder, Dame Catalin ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rabington? Well, in the manner of speaking, I suppose the steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the victim on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but the steak? Well. Oh, wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Oh, intriguing. Pretty convincing stuff. Oh, that's fan-fucking-tastic. I'm a bird with a hat. Look at that. What the fuck is this even? What are you? You're like a very upstanding sloth or prairie dog. I don't know what the fuck that is. These characters. So, Inspector Aviary, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just a minute, Falcon. You are obviously overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Catalin is an elegant Borgway kitten. She is no doubt brought up with the flawless etiquette and a perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. You mean a fork in your right hand and your knife in your left? I'm just kidding. How could she possibly have gotten her paws on with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question. At least it would be if it were any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Catalin to eat with her paws. Dame Catalin was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had previously been stolen. Stolen? I don't remember any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from Rogriel's residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rogriel approached us about this very subject last night. Ah. Oh, innocent. What a twist. Blah. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation. Judge, I assure you, I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police force manages to solve any crimes at all. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine. So be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I presume your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Rabinio, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Rabinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak nothing without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Reputatio Rabini, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Jesus l'artiste, tu es un pipi. I have no idea how to speak French, by the way. That wasn't immediately obvious from anything at all, anywhere in this video, or the last. You may have seen my works in hit magazines like Le Branche, or Sist, Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bed-to-bed communication. Come on, Falcon. This is the 19th century. Get on with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur. Mourinho. Well, let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rorgiel to capture this. I'm never going to say his names correctly. Rorgiel. To capture this evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Roaring Rorgiel and I left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you all can see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite piece here, isn't it? Let's see, who do we have here? Well, we see Baron Rorgiel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Senor the father of the defendant, Dame Caroline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhart. I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, these two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Greenway. The second is defendant, Dame Caroline D'Amelio. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I am not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Because there are no hands on that clock. That was one detail they brought up, and this is very obviously a modified photo. Well, as Inspector Polarity told us earlier, it was the exact same time the murder took place. Ooh, look at that. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Caroline herself. The frog doesn't. Hey, Falcon. The photograph doesn't look right by that one. Looks different than the one we had borrowed from Rubinio's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Caroline Duhart, Dame Caroline, and Signia Per. Wait, he got him in the photo too? That's pretty fucking impressive. But Monsieur Rabini, I didn't even realize that the dame was in the photo. And they swapped it. You think her father would be able to say, like, I wasn't in the photo with him. But then again, that's, kind of a difficult matter because it's the father and everything. But Monsieur Rabinio's photograph shows Baron Rorgiel where Dame Caroline should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down. Be like, bam! Inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If we were to present it, Monsieur Rubinio would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license and we'd be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well. The defense may proceed. A waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Monsieur Monsieur Rabino, you say you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple of minutes, yes. How do you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 and left, and the walk to Chateau Crinier was about 50 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. How long did it take to set up your camera? It took probably 25 minutes to find a shooting location and put together a camera and ready the film. So you arrived at 7. The photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. That leaves 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Rubinio did something, nefarious in this small window of time? No, not really. Not at all. Just trying to piece together evening's events. I spent a little time talking with Baron Rorgil when I arrived, but that's probably where the rest of the time went. No. Let's take a look at closer look at this photograph. Why is it in black and white? Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, Monsieur. The camera is perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I am not seeing mistakes. Could you perhaps be a bit more specific? Certainly. The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates the client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbiton. I have evidence that something is wrong with that clock in that picture. It has no fucking... The photograph clearly shows the hands pointing towards 7 and 6. That much is self-evidence. Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinier has no hands. It has no hands. The clock is merely a decorative piece. A talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rorgil or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Rebinio, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must have been some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph clearly depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be. Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rabinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I am no expert, but I suspected that you used paint or ink to carefully put the hands on this clock. It would have been a simple task considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have been taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rabinio created the perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rabinio coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let us hear some answers, Monsieur Rabinio. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Greenway? What? No. I've no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Rabinio, I strongly advise for you to answer the defendant's question. You pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws. More than I fear a lethal punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws, did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rabinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We do not live in the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you as on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Intriguing, pretty convincing. Mom, yes. Baked potatoes. So the hands where the clock were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't beat it, Monsieur Abington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we cannot accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that others were edited too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signia Pertuar Demure, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks the means of the motive. It wouldn't make sense for him to implicate his own daughter. Well then, you're surely not suggesting the honest and beloved Baron Rogiel deliberately trying to frame Dame Cataline. Because that would be a most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is the pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Remington, I am not here to throw out accusations. That's the job of you, the persecutor. However, maybe I should offer my humble opinion. Baron, it is not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust the defense has no objections? No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay. Baron Rorgiel, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Greenway left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signia Pertuer, Monsieur Rabinho, and myself were engaged in conversations, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Greenway and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from here. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garcion? I am just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well then. Hit me with your best shot. Bah, bah. Okay. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorgiel, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with a cross-examination. Okay. That dinner went magnificently. Went to visit the garden. My housemaid discovered the pair. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. What's all the horses? Baron Rorgiel, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar. That claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. God, it's the cigar. This is found in your garden. To be specific, it was found in the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. Cigar butt. That could belong to anybody. And prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Oh, okay. Sorry, Baron. That is indeed remnants of one of my cigars, but I must Apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there is a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar was casually discarded, but as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are a number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, that you, Baron Rogale, deliberately hid your cigarette butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rogale, murdered Monsieur Greenway. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly excusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegations are baseless. You have no evidence. No, means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rogale as a prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would have been trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rabino confessed to Seminsko that he feared his claws. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arrived at a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the paws of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make it easy for editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminating evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into the fountain, out of sight of his guests and the snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Piore de Mirabella, since that would ensure the total control of his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, and the Baron improvised. This is an outrage, Judge. I demand you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You are a bourgeois of the worst kind. How dare you, Garcion? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I am nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I am a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you are a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You are an courteous swap. I'd have got you right here now like a damned frog. Damn, too soon, man. What the fuck? Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. To the consigliere with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no. But I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You proved Catalin's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Catalin's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the original arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Dimio, to be not guilty. Not guilty! Hooray! Let's see what they've won! Oh, okay, never mind. Monsieur Falcon! Petite Sparrowson, you did it! Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon! I can't take all the credit. It was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You are amazing, Monsieur Falcon. It was nothing. I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrows and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there is no reason to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow, I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. I murdered Monsieur Greenway. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business. You understand. Business. To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk fog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Roger's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose I was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Rubinio's photo was edited. It was edited. I was in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Greenway in the garden. But Papa knew I needed an alibi. So you ordered Monsieur Rubinio to paint me over Baron Rogeril and add hands to the clock. The lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by its trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a Bargways kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my pa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcons. Adieu, Pete Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? I stole a photograph that he was editing to put her in. Falcon? Ooh, that's the end of Act 1 and the end of Episode 2. Find out how I fuck up someone's life next time on Episode 3. Or don't. Go do something else, I suppose. But Episode 3 will, I mean, by the time anyone watches this, Episode 3 will probably be out. Or, if it's someone who watched it, immediately, then Episode 3 won't be out until tomorrow. But, it's just, I don't have that many viewers right now, so I mean, most people don't keep up to date on my videos, at least immediately, like the time they go up. But, have a good day.